Hello, my friends. Welcome back to our English Learning Podcast. In today's episode, we are going to talk about a powerful book called Do the Impossible by Thibaut Meurisse. This book is about how ordinary people can challenge their limits, overcome fear, and achieve things that look impossible. But in this episode, you will get something more. You will not only learn the powerful ideas from this book, you will also practice your English listening skills at the same time. You will learn new English words, useful sentences, and motivational ideas that can help you improve yourself. So while you are listening, you are learning two things together. You are improving your English, and you are building a stronger mindset. I will speak slowly and clearly. I will use simple English sentences so you can follow along easily. If you don't understand everything the first time, don't worry. Listen again. Every time you listen, your brain becomes more familiar with English. So, my friends, let's begin.
Chapter 1. The meaning behind Do the Impossible. The first question is, what does it really mean to do the impossible? Many people think impossible means something that nobody can do. They think impossible means there is no chance. But this book teaches us a different idea. Impossible is often not a fact. Sometimes impossible is only a belief inside our mind. Let me explain. Imagine a person who wants to learn English. At the beginning, they think, I cannot speak English. My pronunciation is not good. I am too old to learn. I don't have enough time. These thoughts create an invisible wall. The wall is not outside. The wall is inside the mind.
And when you believe that something is impossible, you stop trying. But when you change your belief, you change your action. And when your actions change, your results start to change. Let's imagine a simple example. Imagine two students. Both want to improve their English. The first student says, English is too difficult. I will never become fluent. So this student studies for a few days and then stops. The second student says, English is difficult, but I can improve step by step. This student listens every day. This student practices speaking. This student learns from mistakes. After 1 year, the result is completely different. Why? Because one person accepted the limit and the other person challenged the limit. That is the first lesson of doing the impossible. Your mindset decides your direction. The word impossible has a very interesting meaning. Many people see it as, I cannot do this. But successful people often see it as, I cannot do this yet. That small word, yet, creates a completely different future. I cannot speak English yet. I cannot understand native speakers yet. I cannot achieve my dream yet. Yet means the story is not finished. It means you are still growing. Now, ask yourself a question. What is one thing in your life that you believe is impossible? Maybe learning English. Maybe starting a new career. Maybe building confidence. Maybe achieving a big dream. Now imagine, what if that thing is not impossible? What if you only need the right approach, the right habits, and consistent action?
In this book, we will learn how extraordinary people think. We will discover why some people achieve big goals while others give up early. We will learn how to overcome limiting beliefs, take powerful action, build courage, stay consistent, create extraordinary results. And remember, doing the impossible does not mean becoming perfect overnight. It means becoming better than yesterday. One small step, one small improvement, one small action every day. Because small actions repeated over time can create amazing results. Now, my friends, before we continue to the next idea, remember this. The biggest limits are often not around us. The biggest limits are the ones we accept inside our minds. So when you hear the word impossible, don't ask, can I do it? Ask, what can I do to move one step closer?
Part 2, believe you can achieve more. Now, my friends, let's move to the next important idea. The first step to doing the impossible is believe that it is possible. Many people fail before they even start. Why? Because they create a limit in their own mind. They say, I am not talented. I am not smart enough. I cannot do this. But the truth is, your current ability is not your final ability. You can improve. You can learn. You can become better. Let's take a simple example. Imagine a person who wants to speak English fluently. At the beginning, they make mistakes. They forget words. They feel nervous. Then they think, maybe English is not for me. But another person makes the same mistakes and thinks, these mistakes are helping me learn. The second person continues. After months of practice, they become more confident. The difference was not intelligence. The difference was belief. There is a powerful idea in this book. Your beliefs create your actions. Your actions create your results. If you believe you cannot do something, you will avoid taking action. But if you believe you can improve, you will search for solutions. You will practice more. You will keep moving forward. Now, let's connect this with English learning. Many learners wait until they feel confident before speaking. But confidence does not come first. Action comes first. When you speak more, you become confident. When you practice more, you become better. When you make mistakes, you learn faster. Imagine learning English like climbing a mountain. You don't reach the top in one big jump. You take one step, then another step, then another step. Sometimes you feel tired. Sometimes progress feels slow. But every step takes you closer.
So ask yourself, what small action can I take today? Maybe learn 5 new words. Maybe listen to English for 10 minutes. Maybe speak 1 minute in English. Small actions look simple, but small actions create big changes. Remember this, the impossible becomes possible when you stop waiting and start taking action. Your dream needs your effort. Your goal needs your consistency. And your future needs the person you become today. In the next chapter, we will learn another powerful lesson. Why taking action is more important than waiting for the perfect moment.
Part 3. Stop waiting, start taking action. Now, my friends, let's talk about another important idea. A lot of people have big dreams, but they never take the first step. They keep waiting. They say, I will start tomorrow. I will start when I have more time. I will start when everything is perfect. But the perfect moment often never comes. The book teaches us an important lesson. Action creates progress. You don't become successful by only thinking. You don't improve by only planning. You improve when you take action, even small action. Let's imagine a simple situation. 2 people want to learn English. The first person spends months watching videos about learning English. They collect many tips, they make many plans, but they never practice speaking. The second person starts with only 5 minutes every day. They speak simple sentences. They make mistakes, they learn and continue. After some time, the second person improves more. Why? Because action creates experience. Many people think, first I need confidence, then I will start. But the truth is different. You start first, then confidence comes. Think about a child learning to walk. A child does not wait until they are perfect. They try, they fall, they learn. They try again. That is how growth happens. Now let's connect this with English learning. If you want to speak English better, don't wait for perfect grammar. Don't wait for perfect pronunciation. Start speaking with what you know. A simple sentence today is better than a perfect sentence that you never say. Part 4. Turn your dreams into clear goals. Now, my friends, let's move to the next important idea. Having a dream is powerful, but a dream without a plan stays only a dream. To achieve something impossible, you need a clear direction. Many people say, I want to be successful. I want to improve my English. I want a better life. These are good wishes, but they are not clear goals. A clear goal tells you where you want to go and what steps you need to take. Let's imagine you want to travel to a new place. You cannot just start driving without knowing the destination. First, you decide where you want to go. Then you choose the road. Your goal works the same way. First, know your destination. Then, create your path. For example, someone says, I want to learn English. This is a good start. But a clearer goal is, I want to speak English confidently for 5 minutes in a conversation within 6 months. Now the goal becomes specific. Now you know what you need to practice. This idea is very important because your brain needs direction. When you have a clear goal, you know what is important. You stop wasting time on things that don't help you. Let's connect this with English learning. If your goal is speaking, focus more on listening and speaking practice. Record your voice. Repeat sentences. Talk with other people. If your goal is writing, read more. Learn useful phrases. Practice writing every day. Different goals need different actions. Imagine yourself after 6 months. You are having a conversation in English. You understand another person. You answer naturally. You feel proud because you continued. This picture in your mind gives you motivation. Remember, a big dream becomes possible when you break it into small steps. Don't only ask, how can I achieve everything? Ask, what is the next small step? Maybe today your step is learn 10 new words. Listen for 15 minutes. Speak 3 sentences. Small progress is still progress. So, my friends, your dream is the destination. Your goal is the map. And your daily action is the road that takes you there. Part 5. Your environment shapes your success. Now, my friends, let's move to another powerful idea. Many people think success depends only on talent, but your environment also plays a big role. The people around you, the things you watch, the information you consume, all of these things influence your thoughts and actions. Imagine you plant a small seed. A seed needs good soil, water, and sunlight to grow. Even if the seed is strong, without the right environment, it cannot grow properly. People are similar. Your environment helps you grow. Let's take a simple example. Imagine 2 students want to improve English. The first student spends time with people who always say, English is too difficult. You cannot learn it. Why are you wasting your time? Slowly, this student starts believing those ideas. The second student listens to positive content. They practice with other learners. They surround themselves with English. After some time, both students have different results. Why? Because their environment was different. Now, let's connect this with English learning. If you want to improve your English, listen to English every day. Watch useful English content. Practice with people who support your learning. Create an environment where English becomes part of your life. Remember, you don't always need more motivation. Sometimes you need a better environment.
A good environment makes the right action easier.
Part 6. Consistency is the secret power. Now, my friends, let's talk about one of the most important ideas. Many people start with excitement. They start a new goal. They feel motivated. But after a few days, they stop. Why? Because motivation is temporary, but consistency creates results. Consistency means doing something again and again, even when you don't feel excited. It means showing up every day, even with small effort. Let's imagine two people. The first person studies English for 5 hours on one day. Then they do nothing for 2 weeks. The second person studies English for 15 minutes every day. After a few months, the second person usually improves more. Why? Because small actions repeated over time become powerful. Think about a drop of water. One drop looks weak, but many drops together can create a river. Your daily effort is the same. One day of practice may not change much, but hundreds of days can completely change your ability. Now, let's connect this with English learning. You don't need to study all day. You need a system. Maybe listen to English for 10 minutes. Learn 5 new words. Speak for 2 minutes. Review old lessons. These small habits create progress. Many learners make one mistake. They focus only on big results. They say, "When will I become fluent? When will I speak perfectly?" But improvement happens quietly. One day, you suddenly realize, I understand more than before. I can speak more easily. I have improved. The book teaches us that extraordinary results come from ordinary actions done consistently. Successful people are not always different because they do bigger things. Sometimes they simply do small things for a longer time. So ask yourself, what small habit can I continue every day? Not for 1 week, not for 1 month, but as a part of your life. Remember this, consistency beats intensity. A small step every day is stronger than a big step once in a while, because impossible goals are achieved through continuous progress. Part 7. Overcome fear and take the first step. Now, my friends, let's talk about something that stops many people from achieving their dreams. That thing is fear. Fear of failure. Fear of mistakes. Fear of what other people will think. Many people have great ideas. They have big dreams, but they never start because they are afraid. They think, what if I fail? What if people laugh at me? What if I am not good enough? But the truth is, fear is a feeling. It is not a fact. Let's imagine a person who wants to speak English. They know some words, they understand basic sentences, but they are afraid to speak. They think, my grammar is not perfect. My pronunciation is not perfect. So they stay silent. But by staying silent, they lose the chance to improve. Now imagine another person. This person also makes mistakes, but they say mistakes are part of learning. They speak, they make errors, they learn, they improve. After some time, this person becomes more confident. The difference is not that one person has no fear. The difference is that one person acts despite fear. Now, let's connect this with English learning. You don't need perfect English to start speaking. You need practice to create better English. Every mistake teaches your brain something new. Every conversation makes you stronger. Think about a baby learning a language. A baby does not worry about mistakes. A baby tries again and again. That is why the baby improves.
Sometimes adults forget this simple lesson. The book teaches us courage does not mean you have no fear. Courage means you move forward, even when fear exists. So ask yourself, what is one thing you are avoiding because of fear? Maybe speaking English. Maybe starting something new. Maybe following your dream. Now take one small step. Not a perfect step, just a step. Remember, fear grows when you avoid action. Confidence grows when you take action. The first step may feel difficult, but every step after that becomes easier. All right, my friends, we have reached the end of our journey. Today, we learned the powerful ideas from the book Do the Impossible. Before we finish, let's remember the most important lessons together. First, we learned that impossible is often a belief, not a reality. Sometimes the biggest barrier is not the world around us. It is the voice inside our mind saying, I cannot do this. But when you change your belief, you change your actions. And when your actions change, your results change. Second, we learned that action creates progress. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. You don't need to wait until you feel completely ready. Start with what you have. Start with a small step. Because every big achievement begins with a small action. Third, we learned the importance of clear goals. A dream gives you inspiration, but a goal gives you direction. When you know where you want to go, you can create the right path. Fourth, we learned that your environment matters. The people you listen to, the information you consume, the habits you build, all of these shape the person you become. Choose an environment that supports your growth. Fifth, we learned that consistency is powerful. You don't need huge effort one day. You need small effort every day. Small actions repeated over time create extraordinary results. Sixth, we learned about fear. Fear will always try to stop you. But remember, you don't need to remove fear before you move forward. You can move forward with fear. Courage grows through action. Now, my friends, think about your own impossible dream. Maybe it feels far away today. Maybe it feels difficult. But remember this: a mountain is climbed one step at a time. A big dream is achieved one action at a time. Your future is created by what you do today. And if you are learning English with this podcast, remember, every sentence you listen to is practice. Every new word you learn is progress. Every time you try to speak, you become stronger. Don't compare your journey with others. Just focus on becoming better than yesterday. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope this episode helped you improve your English listening and also helped you believe that you can achieve more than you think. Keep your mind open. Keep learning. And remember, the impossible becomes possible when you decide to begin. See you in the next episode.